When I was 7, I began writing stories. I wrote about stuff like the puppy that I kidnapped from the neighbor when I was 4, how to catch and gut a fish, like my dad taught me. But it was never the writing that was my favorite part. It was reading my stories out loud. One day in 2nd grade, we got this assignment to write about something that we were going to do on the weekend. And that was the weekend that my famous cousin came to meet us for the very first time. He played hockey, and the entire family, my mom, dad, big brother Glenn, we all got to go watch the pregame hockey practice. After practice, up to me, he crouched down, he took my hand, he said, "You must be Karen," and then he kissed my cheek. Well, I had never been kissed before, so as soon as I got home, I wrote down everything I could remember about that moment. And then school on Monday, I began to read my story out loud, and I heard giggles. After that, I kept all of my stories in my personal diary. I dropped out of school at 15, I got a job, and I moved out of the house. It wasn't until about a decade later, I was a single mom to my son Jake, I remembered how much I loved writing, so I decided I'm going to go back to school. In English class, my teacher Ian, he had us writing a ton of essays, and it felt so good just to be writing and sharing with someone again. I got back one of my assignments, and on the front it said, "I will always scan the shelves for your publications." Me, wow. Then my financial support was cut. I had to get a second job. Life got bananas, and I just couldn't handle it all as a single mom, so I quit school. Again. And then the only thing I was writing was my grocery list and PA copy. Those announcements you hear in department stores? That was me. About 7 years later, I'm on a beach. I'm on vacation with my family. There's my guy Barry, kids Jake and Cass, and Whiskey, our dog. On the corner of the beach, I see this police officer over here, and he starts walking towards us, and he stops in front of me, and he says, "Ma'am, do you know where I could find Karen Abel?" Like, that's me. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. Your father, Gordon, he passed this morning." I reached in my pocket. I remember I quit smoking last year. My dad's dream was to see the success of his children. And I'm not done making you proud, Dad. For the first time in my life, I felt like I had no choice but to get my butt in gear, and time is a gift I could no longer take for granted. So today, I not only wrote that book, I also help others get their ideas in motion, and dreams are coming true.